Happy New Year, everybody! What's good, 2019? I can't believe 2018 just blew by, but here we are, ready to start a brand new year. So, it's obviously the day after New Year's Eve. If you're like me, you're probably a little hungover right now. And I was sort of dreading doing this video, but I was like, nah, man, I know the perfect idea. I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite hangover cures, my Bloody Mary. So for the video today, I have some supplies here and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So my recipe is very simple. And what I love about Bloody Marys is that you can make them super basic or you can go wild with them, make them super spicy, use special salts, use special tomato juice. Some people like clamato juice, which is just tomato juice with clam juice in it, which is weird. But you know, if that's your thing, that's cool. So I'm gonna be using Ketel One vodka today because I enjoy Ketel One. It's a nice vodka that you can find in pretty much any bar in the United States, which is awesome. And it's tasty. So here's how it's gonna go. You don't probably need all of this stuff, but this is what I would recommend. So first things first, we already talked about the vodka. You gotta have Tabasco. You gotta have Worcestershire sauce. You gotta have celery salt. Now, I would tell you to make the best Bloody Mary, this is the key, but you can also use regular table salt if that's all you've got. Fresh cracked pepper, or you can of course use ground pepper if you already have that as well. Lemon juice, or you can use fresh lemon or lime, depending on your personal preference. And of course, tomato juice. So this is just a nice single serving of Campbell's, super easy. Now, when I make big batches, usually I'll go to like a warehouse store like Smart and Final and get like the big cans of tomato juice that restaurants buy and make a giant batch, because the thing about Bloody Mary mix is it just gets better as it sits because the spices really kind of work in there. But we're just gonna be doing a single one today. All right, so first things first. I appreciate a nice salted rim on my Bloody Mary. And I know some places don't appreciate that or do that. But the best way to do that is to take a piece of your lemon or your lime, just rim the glass like this, and then just move it around in the salt. So that's celery salt down there, and it's just a little paper plate. You can use a real plate if you want, but you can get one of those fancy margarita salt things you get at like Bevmo or Total Wine or whatever the liquor store is near you. All right, so we got a nice rim. Then, this is the key. Normally you'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna dump all the ice in there right away. Nah. First, take your celery, stick it in the glass, and then put the ice in so it's ready to stir as soon as you pour our mix in. Okay, so if you don't have a bartending shaking tin like I do, because you weren't a career bartender before you became a podcast host, you can use a plastic cup with a glass cup and kind of fit them together. That works as well, but buying these, one of these for your bar, is not a bad investment. You can make martinis with it all the time. Okay, so first things first, vodka. This is my, if you can see it, it's my Paragon Mass Effect shot glass. Thanks, Ozzy. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of Ketel One. You can do more or less depending on the level of your hangover. You know, it's interesting because sometimes when you wake up with a hangover, when you feel like death, you're like, I'm never drinking again. And then like an hour later, you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to drink again. Let's go. I mean, hair of the dog is a real thing. Now we're gonna put the can of tomato juice in. I'm gonna use the whole can. Put that aside. All right, next, Tabasco. Now you can measure this out if you want. If you're gonna measure it, I would probably go with like a 1/4 of a teaspoon, but I like to just eyeball it, like 3 or 4 shakes. If you don't like spice at all, do like 1 shake, but I would insist that you put at least a little bit of Tabasco in. Now, Worcestershire. This one's a little bit more, so you'll probably want to do like a full teaspoon of Worcestershire. You could even do a little bit more. And once we taste it, if it's not quite got that tangy saltiness, we're gonna add a little bit more. Then pepper. I'm probably doing about 1/8 of a teaspoon. You just kind of gotta eyeball it if you want to get my cameraman there, thank you. So you can see how much pepper is in there. Now, I would say you might be thinking to yourself, that looks like a lot of pepper, Andrea. You've over-peppered your Bloody Mary. But trust me on this one. It's not too much. It's really difficult actually to over pepper a Bloody Mary. Okay, now for lemon juice. You can either do 2 wedges squeezed in. So you can do a lime one too if you want, just for fun. Shake it up, stick that in there. And I'm just gonna do a couple squirts. That's probably about a half a teaspoon of lemon juice. You can also add more of that to taste if you like. Now, the best part, the salts. The reason we're all here, something salty. So this is also really hard to over salt because of the tomato juice and the vodka. So I've put about the same amount of celery salt as black pepper. So we're talking, what did we say? 1/4 teaspoon? 1/8 of a teaspoon? 1/8 of a teaspoon? Just eyeball it, you'll be fine. Okay, now we're ready to shake. Oh my God, you guys, this is gonna be good. I think I overfilled my thing. Yeah, it's gonna be messy. Generally, you wanna do this over a sink, but because I have a nice big island here, it's okay if it gets a little messy. You don't have to shake it much, because it's not like you're blending a martini. Just enough to get everything together. You can even do just one of these, and you pour it back and forth. It's good enough. And now you're ready. Well, actually, look at me forgetting a crucial step. You probably want to taste this first before you actually put it in there. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I nailed it on the first try. I thought for sure I was going to have to add something. It's got just a little bit more spice than I probably want, but you know what? I'm going to go with it. Here we go. Make a mess. And now I'm ready to go with my hangover cure for New Year's Eve. Thank you so much for being a patron of What's Good Games. We love you guys so much. And one of the cool things we're going to be doing for 2019 is each of us is going to be doing a monthly vlog for you. So you're going to get one a month from Britt, one a month from me, and one a month from Steimer. Kind of like those Facebook videos we did back in the day. It's part of our changes that we're going to be rolling out for Patreon next month in February. And of course, you'll get more details on that later. For now, I hope you're resting well, playing some games, and we look forward to hearing more from you guys in 2019. Bye, everybody.